What's up, guys? Christian back at the Disc Barn with a new review. What do we got, man?
Today we've got Loft Discs. Loft Discs is made in Denmark. They're the first disc golf manufacturer in Denmark, and today we're reviewing their Bohrium. This is their distance driver, and what they are known for is doing things kind of different. The edge here is actually extremely curved, which is something we don't normally see. It's usually straight, and that's meant to reduce drag as it flies through the air, which in turn increases speed without having to make a thicker rim here, and less drag, more glide. Obviously, ideally, is going to equal more distance.
So about how it feels. The premium plastic, we tried the hydrogen putter. Their alpha, like their more putter grade plastic, felt great. This stuff feels, I would say, pretty good.
Yeah.
On par with every other premium plastic out there in the market. I would compare it to more of a Star feel.
Yeah, maybe like a slight bit of gummy Star. At least in this run.
Okay.
If you
maybe
feel
some
this.
older gummy Star plastic.
It's definitely not like G-Star. It's not that gummy, but it's got like a little bit of gumminess to it, you think?
Yeah, it feels good.
Which I like. Gives me a little bit of grip there.
Yeah, and then when we were throwing it out in the cold, it definitely wasn't like so slick that it just flew out of your hand.
Which is good, because that brings us on to the next topic, which is feel. Having this curved rim, confidence-wise, is something you got to get used to. It's hard to hold on to it. For me, I threw it forehand, and I didn't feel like I was going to be able to get that much grip on it, but when I got out there and threw it, I didn't have much of a problem.
Yeah, you were throwing some good shots with it forehand for sure.
Yeah. What was your impression?
I had a hard time. It was a learning curve. I felt like I had to have a vice grip on the rim because it felt like it wanted to come out early.
Yeah.
And if I wasn't doing that, it felt like I wasn't putting enough power on it to really get it out there. I had a couple of decent shots where I got a full flight out of the Bohrium, but as far as comfort, I was struggling a little bit. I couldn't get comfortable with it, but that's a preference thing.
And it's something different, right? It's something we've never held before.
Yeah.
So it's something we got to learn.
Flight-wise, what did you think about the flight?
So the flight numbers for this are 14.6, -1, 3. So it's a 14-speed driver, but it doesn't necessarily have a 14-speed rim. Again, that's just based off of the way the wind, the drag on the disc is. How it flies through the air is like a 14-speed. And so it actually, I was surprised, it wasn't super stable. They gave us a first run that was really overstable. And then they retooled it to this run, which will be what you get in the Kickstarter. And it was a decent amount flippier.
Yes.
I would compare it to maybe an Enigma, sort of, maybe flippier than that. And it's so hard to tell, being a new grip for us, if it's based off of our release or our rotation of the disc or anything. What did you think about the flight?
Yeah, as that first one they sent us, super beefy, like it was like a Lucid X Enforcer, like something really beefy.
Calvin Destroyer, maybe more than a Calvin Destroyer.
Really, really beefy. Like I could barely get any snap any turn out of it to get the flight. The new ones they sent was considerably flippy, more understable for sure. But it had enough fade to come back out of that turn. So I would throw it on an Anheuser release, kind of low power shot, and I got that turn, and then late fade, and you'll see it on the drone footage. Got a decent flight out of it a couple times.
Yep.
But
really long turn and late fade, I would give that almost like a -3-1, -2-1.
Yeah.
Sort of. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Just based off of the length of time that it turned, which is nice. I mean, it's somewhat effortless on the amount of turn you get. And then you get the fade at the end. It's not like it doesn't come back. You will get the fade.
We were working with a slight headwind there too, so probably affected it a little bit, but it definitely had enough to fight back out of that turn into the headwind. So it's not like a roller by any means.
Absolutely. Yeah. So who we would recommend this disc to? I think if you're a professional player throwing 500, this is going to be like an effortless sort of distance for you. You're not going to want to full power it, I don't think. I think you're going to get a little too much turn out of it. But if you can power down on it, I think it'd be a really nice hyzer flip, sort of effortless distance. And then advanced players like you, what did you think?
So for me, I'm struggling a little bit with it. I wanted so bad to like it. I thought it would be great. And it's not bad, but for me, feel-wise, comfort wise, I don't think it's it. I was struggling with the grip, and I felt like it just wanted to leave my hand early on every shot, except for the few that I got a good, grip on and ripped them pretty well. But it's just, man, it felt like I had to give it more effort than like my DD3, my Cloudbreaker, to get it the same distance, because I felt like I wasn't getting enough rotation out of it with the lack of grip for me. Not because of the plastic is bad, but because of the rim, the shape of it.
Yeah. And I think a lot of this comes down to that. I would love to see a different variation of this, maybe a little less. I know it decreases the drag, but I think it, in turn, decreases the throwability of the disc. And I think they need to find the happy medium there, and I think they will. I think that's the good thing about Luft and what they're doing there. I think what they're doing is awesome. For me, on the forehand, in my hand, it didn't feel that comfortable, but when I actually went to throw it, I had no problem with the forehand. I think my forehand's a little torquey for it. Maybe if there was less headwind during our field work, it would be better. But for those of you with like an average forehand, I think this is going to be a bomber for you. I think you're going to get a nice hyzer flip and turn out of this. It's just going to be a good all-around disc, and I think you should try it. I don't think it's at all like give up on Loft Discs for this. No, they're heading in the right direction. Yeah, they're innovating, and that's what's needed.
I'm really excited to see what they have next, because I really like the hydrogen putter. You saw me parking everything with it, all those approach shots, those shorter drives, and I really like the plastic. And then this definitely has. I'm gonna keep working on it. First of all, I'm gonna keep throwing it, get more comfortable with it, and we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited to see what they got next, because they're doing it right. I like it. Yeah. They're getting feedback and changing things with that. With that feedback, so.
Yeah, and it's kind of a weird comparison, but when Tesla started making cars, everyone laughed at electric cars. But what it did was show the possibility, whether or not you wanted to buy it or not, which then drove innovation. And I think Luft Discs has taken that kind of same route right now. They're showing that we can make things different and more efficient as they fly through the air. And I think that's a super exciting thing to see in disc golf, and I think you should go support them. Pick up the Bohrium when they release. Check out their Kickstarter. We'll put all that down in the description, and we'll see you guys in the next video.